Welcome to solverfy.
.48. So we're imagining taking a balloon and pushing it below the surface of water. And we want to think first about what happens to the volume of that balloon if it's filled with air. If it's above water and below water. Then we want to rank the buoyant force on the balloon from greatest to least when it's sort of just barely submerged in the water. Because if its top's at the surface, then all of it is submerged. And if you push it 1 meter below the surface and 2 meters below the surface. So the buoyant force is equal to the weight of the volume of water that's displaced, or whatever other fluid, but in this case water. So we want to figure out if the volume, the first thing it told us to think about is what happens to the volume of the balloon. So unlike water and other fluids, air and other gases is compressible. So its volume is going to decrease as the pressure increases, and the pressure in the water increases with depth. So C here is going to have less volume than B is going to have less volume than A. And so if there's less volume that the balloon occupies, then there's a smaller volume of water that it's displacing. And since you have a smaller volume of water, that would have a smaller weight. And so the buoyant force is going to be smaller. So the buoyant force in A is going to be the greatest because the balloon has compressed the least. And then similarly, the water pressure at B is less than the water pressure at C, which means that the volume of the balloon is greater, and so its buoyant force is greater because it